Hi, my name is Ashlee Nicole. Welcome to my channel. Where to start? I live in a loft in downtown St. Louis, and people can see directly into my window. So sometimes there's some people staring at me and I get distracted. But hi again. I am Ashlee Nicole. I am an entrepreneur, a writer, a micro influencer. I hate that word. I do a lot of things, but you might know me best from my work with my company, Artistry Studios, where I am a brand designer and photographer. I've been building that business up for about 10 years now, and that's allowed me to focus a little bit more on my personal brand. And that's why you're here at By Ashlee Nicole. So byashleenicole.com is for entrepreneurial millennials. And I help them, you guys, transform your mindset, your income streams, and overall wellness through stuff like books and business strategies and lifestyle experiences. I'll let you know what that means later. So at byashleenicole.com, you will find blog posts from me on a range of different topics. Sometimes it's a poem. Sometimes it might be a post about something related to entrepreneurship or business or health and wellness. And sometimes all of those cross over. There's a little bit of influencing there too. So like brand ambassadorships for different types of brands, or really just products that I love and that I recommend to people. Yeah, this is new for me. So being on camera, period. Again, I'm a photographer. I'm usually behind the camera. And I don't do video as far as like, at Artistry Studios. So this is different. Bear with me. I actually set up this YouTube channel months ago, like beginning of quarantine months ago. Some stuff has been happening during quarantine that I've been having to deal with. I don't know if anybody else has been like, stuff that's been going on your whole life. But because life kind of slowed down, it's just kind of staring your ass right in the face. And I've been having to address a lot of it. And that's been through writing. That's been through whining to my friends. That's been through therapy. And sometimes none of those things work. And then you try something new. But overall, like throughout my life, like writing has always been a thing for me. And I wrote a book that helps me address a lot of that and work through a lot of the stuff that I was struggling with. And I think the responses that I've gotten from the book and from the affirmation cards and stuff like that have been so overwhelming, but also inspiring. And it's making me realize that though I'm not the type of person to be in front of the camera and like on a stage and like stuff like that, and just putting all my stuff out there, something is pushing me to do those things. And I think that is purpose. That is passion. And God, the universe, is telling me that these things that are keeping me from like telling my story and sharing certain things are just like fear and ego and shit like that. So fear cannot go where I'm headed, and therefore I am sitting here in front of this camera talking to God knows who. And yeah, so literally this morning I woke up with something on my heart about something that I've been living with for, actually don't know how long I've been living with it, but I got a health diagnosis about 2 years ago now. So somewhere around early 2018. I know it was before my birthday, so maybe like March 2018, something like that. I was diagnosed with a rare blood disorder that some doctors and health professionals classify as a cancer. And it's called essential thrombocythemia. Damn, it's taking me 2 years, but essential thrombocythemia. And again, it's very rare. It's usually only seen in, or I can't say it's usually only seen, but according to like researching doctors, it's usually only seen or just caught in people over 60. I'm 28. I was 26, 27 when I was diagnosed. Terrifying. And I've written about it. I can't say I've dealt with it because it's not going away, but I faced a lot of the feelings, but I think the one lingering feeling is that I can't find information that I need because it is rare. There are not a lot of doctors, especially in the Midwest, that have even heard of it or know how to treat it. But also because it's only seen in older patients, treating the actual like symptoms, like the everyday shit, is just non-existent. So things like being tired, I mean, everybody's tired, but extreme chronic fatigue is a thing for me. Chronic migraines, which is what led me to the doctor, has been a thing for me since at least college. Weird things that are really hard to explain. I was actually just reading a Facebook post, a group that I'm in for this disorder or this group of disorders, because there's 2 other classifications of it, but there's a support group on Facebook, and I'm not super active in it. Again, there are a lot of older people in there that don't really know how to use Facebook, so it's kind of frustrating to read a lot of the stuff, and a lot of them are not American either, so some of the English and stuff is broken, but every now and then I'll like go in there and read some stuff, and there was a woman asking the group if they experienced this sensation in their brain, and she didn't really know how to explain it, but it was so interesting to see all of the people in the comments. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and then them trying to explain it, and it was really like validating for me, because for years I would say like I was experiencing brain fog, and if you've experienced that, you know what I mean. But it's more, one person in the group explained it as if your brain is like floating in liquid, which it is, but you're not supposed to be able to feel it. And that's a weird thing, and it's a part of it. I don't know what it's called. I haven't gotten that far in my research, but things like that, just small things that you can't explain to other people. But anyway, the disorder in general is a blood disorder. My blood is really thick. I have extra blood. Again, it's rare. I've only been to one doctor for a short period of time. Longer story, but I'll get to that later. And I don't know much about it, so I don't know exactly how to explain it. As these videos go on and I get deeper in my research and going to see like holistic doctors and things like that, I'll probably be able to explain it better. But my blood is thick, and when it is thick, that leaves you prone to things like blood clots and strokes, and that is the biggest like day-to-day risk for me. But as you can imagine, you know, what do they say about like combating things like strokes and blood clots? Stay active, stay healthy, eat healthy, stay active, blah blah blah. Well, I'm an entrepreneur. My time is limited, and eating healthy is expensive. So that's usually a struggle. But I do okay. Staying active, again, entrepreneur, time is limited. Also, chronic fatigue. Migraines, like things like that. Like, I remember in high school, I've always been active. I played volleyball and soccer for most of my life specifically. I played volleyball. I was a cheerleader for a very long time. Like basketball, dance team, and stuff like that in middle school. And then I believe one year I tried track. And I was a distance runner. Because well, back then I had more endurance than I did speed. But I remember quitting because running was not fun for me. And it's not that I was tired or don't like to run or be active. I couldn't explain it until about maybe like two years ago when I got this diagnosis. I can feel my blood in my legs. And it's a weird feeling if you don't know like that's what that is. It's kind of scary. So like I remember not wanting to feel that feeling, but also didn't know how to explain it to other people. It's like this whooshing like movement in my legs, and come to find out like it's really like my blood working extra hard to move through my veins. And that can happen walking for a long period of time. Now I'm more used to it because I know what it is and it's not as scary. But I can go for a walk, especially like uphill or really anything strenuous. If I'm carrying something, walking up steps, I'll get that feeling. So stuff like that has happened over the years, and I didn't have like words to explain it. And now things make a little more sense, but the frustrating point is that I don't know what to do about it. There are treatments down the line, the main treatment being chemotherapy pills. And that's not something I'm trying to do. There are a lot of risks that will affect, I used to say long-term decisions, but they're closer now that I'm closer to 30. So like things like having kids and stuff like that can be risky for somebody with disorders like this. So it's just a lot. And I got frustrated because dealing with that in entrepreneurship and just life in general gets like super stressful, and I get pretty down about it because again, I don't know how to fix it. And one day I sat up all night till about 6 o'clock in the morning looking online, like there has to be somebody out there talking about this. No, they might not look like me. Like I manage my expectations. I'm like, they might not look like me, they might not have my same lifestyle, but somebody has to have ways to cope with these small, like weird things that people with this disorder go through. And I found 2 women on YouTube. One older Black woman. When I say older than me, she might have been like 40s. And then a middle-aged white woman who was really speaking for her husband. And these videos were over 5 to 7 years old. The YouTube channels had like stopped. I'm assuming maybe it got too much for them to like keep it going, or maybe something happened to them. I don't know. But that was it. And the rest of the YouTube videos, when you Google essential thrombocythemia or the category of blood disorders that it falls under, which is MPN, do not ask me to tell you what that stands for. I know, but I cannot pronounce it. There were old white men doctors speaking doctor. Like it didn't help. I was looking for something more relatable, and it wasn't there. And again, I got frustrated. I closed my laptop or turned off my iPad, whatever I was looking at. And I'm like, well, there goes hope again. But again, this morning, frustrated, trying to figure out how to cope with little things like never feeling like I get enough rest. not really knowing how to start my day or how to get going. So it's really hard for me to create a routine. And I'm like, if there's not going to be somebody else out there talking about it, I have to talk about it. And that's hard for me because, again, I'm sitting in front of this camera talking to God knows who. But as I wrote about in my last blog post, my ego taking a hit, or, you know, my fears being all out there and being vulnerable or whatever, is way less important than creating a platform or a resource for future Ashleys, period. So that's a large part of why I'm here. But I don't know, just who doesn't want to give YouTube a try? So again, health and wellness related things, lifestyle, entrepreneurship things. I'm literally here to be a resource, and I am here for an outlet as well. So bear with me. Come on this journey with me. We gonna figure it out. And if anybody out there also deals with chronic illness of any sort, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about isn't just ET related or essential thrombocythemia related. It's chronic illness, period. And a lot of my research on my own has been for managing pain. So again, this is a everything goes type of channel. Specifically with pain, we're going to be talking about cannabis products. So if you're not with weed, marijuana, canna, whatever you want to call it, you can exit that way. So managing pain, creating a routine, holistic wellness, things of that sort, spirituality and wellness. That's why I'm here. So thank you again for watching. Please subscribe and check out myashleenicole.com.